He's back. Is the advert finished? Because it didn't actually come up whether it... Did it play? I have no idea. I should probably keep my, like, dashboard thing open so that I can tell. Yes, that was my sister's wedding dress. I finished it. She wore it. She looked beautiful. I'm waiting to get like a better picture from the photographer because I didn't. I wish I had have done now, but I didn't actually take any photos of it. I was waiting for her to get the professional photos and then just like steal one of those. But she hasn't had them back yet. So the girl on the car, Margaret. Oh god, can you believe one of my ideas was to do that in an Etsy shop? I'm so glad I decided that was a bad idea. Because, yeah. She actually needs repairing. Like, I mean, I wasn't sure because of the size of her whether she'd be... how strong the seams would be because she's just that heavy. But yeah, she does actually need repairing. But he knew what he was getting when he bought it, so... Her big fat nubbins are falling off. Pardon me. Oh, Margaret. The big cow. I wasn't sure when I made her, like, how... because she's so heavy and big, like, how much strain... I mean, I tried to do really strong seams, but her nubbins are coming away from the seam, her little footsies, so I need to repair her. Take my little sewing kit. Probably be easier to take my sewing machine there than to bring her back here. Because she's so fat. She's just a big fat cow. Nearly starting there. Let's turn off the power strip for the stupid human game. Oops. Oh, itchy nose. Excuse me. Ooh. Right then. Oh my god, you should. You should definitely do that. People love cats. Lola's started on doing her colouring book that she started a while ago. She's decided to create colouring pages. I'm not sure what she plans on doing with them. But I know that she's been meaning to do a colouring book for a long time. Oh, she also gave this card, as you mentioned, the wedding dress. Because we did a card to her from people on Twitch. And she wrote a thank you card back to everyone on Twitch. My piggy corn. We've got the piggy corn, we've got the merpig, we've got the flutter pig, and honey pig. The piggy corn's based on my guinea pig Ted. I did a few other ones as well, but I did them to put them on, like, obviously, like mugs and t-shirts and stuff, and nobody buys them. They're a little bit expensive, to be fair, but they kind of have to be because it is what it is for me to cost to have them printed, so nobody buys them, so I'm bothered. Cheeky! Hello! It's going good. Oh my god, Cheeky! You missed Data with no makeup. Oh my god. So hot. I forgot that was in that episode. We can replay just that little bit though if you want. How's it going? Did you manage to finish all your bits? He was playing a young version of Noonien Sung, like his creator. So I mean the actor, like it's not Data, it's the actor that plays Data. Like, yeah, Brent Spinner. Brent Spiner, rather. I really want to get his book, Spooky. He's brought a book out that's like a fan fiction of his life. I really want to get it, but you can't get it in the UK. And it's like, oh my god, I need it. I want it. Brent Spiner's delish. Well, I had a look and it wasn't available. It might be available now, but it wasn't available last time I checked. I'll check again. You can buy it on Amazon now. It's 18 quid though. Oh, paperback's 15 quid. I need to buy this. I need it. I don't have 15 quid right now. As soon as I get 15 quid, I'm gonna buy it. I like having the paperback, to be honest. I don't know if it's available as an ebook. I didn't notice it as an option. But I don't have a tablet or anything, so. Oh my god, hot! I mean, maybe his paleness is hot as well, but who knows what's better. I finished the curtains, just hanging them up. I need more hooks. Yeah, but apparently the book's quite funny. Like it's written about his life, but as a fiction. So it's kind of based on true events, but then he's kind of made the stories more extreme and that kind of thing. Like added sort of fiction to it, if you know what I mean. Kindle was one of my better purchases because with the backlight I can read at night without disturbing anyone. I do kind of want a Kindle, but I don't read as often as I should, as often as I'd like to. So I kind of feel like it'd be a waste of money at the minute because I just don't have time to read. Like the only things that he took creative liberty with the story. That's it. But apparently he used to have loads of stalkers, like when he was playing data, and I was like, you know what? If I would totally be a stalker. He's the only person I think I'd ever actually be a stalker over. But there's nobody else that I mean the cast of Star Trek I would get fangirly over, but I wouldn't get fangirl over anyone else. Not really bothered. I have both a Paperboy and a Fire. The Fire has a crack, but it's not that noticeable. I mean, if it still works. What kind of stuff do you read? A lot of non-fiction. The thing is, that's what I like. I like reading fantasy novels mostly. Or I used to read a lot of Stephen King, yonks ago. I used to be big on Stephen King books. I just felt that they were really easy to read. You could just you could read a whole book in a weekend and it wouldn't be anything. But I find myself, I do, in terms of audiobooks, I listen to a lot of self-help audiobooks, or at least I did do. Because I find like, I find that kind of stuff really helpful to get you out of a rut when you're feeling like you're in a rut. But I'm not really big on biographies and stuff like that usually. King I can only take in small doses, like his short stories. He's verbose as fuck. I have read Clive Barker, yeah. I do like his work. King's like... I really got into Stephen King when I was like late teens, like, or mid-late teens. But the stories are a little bit... they feel a bit anticlimactic a lot of the time. You know, like, usually the Steve... Like, he's very good at writing, but he's not very good at story forming. If like, you can tell the way he writes is to not make a plan and just write, which kind of works, but a lot of his endings are a bit disappointed. I used to do the Stephen King short stories on my 1 hour bus ride to work. But his writing style is very Moorish. Like, he's got a very, very good, strong... He's got a good way of writing, I think Stephen King has, which makes his books Moorish. Or Barker's Books of Blood. Weave World. I haven't read that one. So many things. It's like, I want to get into writing, but I also want to get into... I mean, I do want to get into writing as well. I'm in the middle of writing a friggin' book, for God's sake, on pattern drafting. But, yeah, like, I want to get into painting. I want to get into reading. I need to get into exercise. I just can't be bothered. Or, like, I'm half doing it. I'm doing it a bit, but I haven't got into a good routine with it. It's just, like, so much... Adulting's hard. Why can't we just be less tired and like just have more hours? There's too many things. Pardon me. It's about a magic tapestry, and they're trying out 4-day work weeks there. What, in the UK? No. And besides, I work my own hours, which is every hour that I'm not eating, sleeping, or showering. And actually, no, that's a lie, actually. I've been going out a little bit more recently. I have actually been going out for a few hours a week. But I feel bad about going out for a few hours a week, to be honest. Like, I feel like, no, because I should be working. Or I should be doing something more productive, like arting and reading. That's what they said on the news here. I'm not surprised if it was exaggerating. I haven't heard anything like that. I don't know if there's like a company that might be trying it out. I mean, I know, well, I say I know, but it's like I don't know. I'm pretty sure one of the Scandinavian countries, I don't think the whole country was doing it, but like they were testing it in a town or something. That I just vague memory of something like that. I don't know. Are they? Where are they? What, are they trying it in London? 80 companies? Where are they trying? Oh, okay then. I had no idea. Are that big companies then? Whereabouts? I mean, I'm imagining they do that they'll trial something like that in somewhere like London, like somewhere like cool. I didn't even know. Baby decided he was still sleepy. He normally does after eating his breakfast. Aw. I had no idea that was a thing. I mean, there's a book called The 4-Day Work Week, I think. No, The 4-Hour Work Week. Something like that. Yeah, I'd guess London. Microsoft has been trialing a 4-day work week and getting good results. I mean, there's quite a lot of evidence to suggest that shorter, like if you read the book The 4 Hour Work, I'm sure it's called The 4 Hour Work Week. It's one of the ones I listened to on audiobook. When I said about I listen to self-help stuff, that's one of the books I listened to, and it was sort of talking about how, like how the productivity actually goes up when you work less, and like the psychology of working less versus the psychology of overworking. Because I think is it Japan where they literally work like 80 hours a week, where it's a normal thing to, like, if you fall asleep at work, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not a bad thing because it's like, oh wow, look how hard they're working, kind of thing. Obviously, you're not supposed to just fall asleep all the time, but it's that kind of, they have those like, it's just like a part of the culture to like work excessively. Places doing the 4 Hour Work Week are based out of London and New York. I saw an article on that. Oh, cool. 3,300 people in 70 companies in the UK. Oh, it's not that many people, but I mean, it's a trial. Hopefully it proves successful. Because I do think the attitude towards work has changed since the lockdown. Because there's a lot of, especially like the hospitality industry, like chefing and stuff like with Lee, where they're so used to working so many hours, like, 40 to 60 hour weeks. And then when they went down to nothing, they realised how, what a waste of time that is. Because a lot of, like, hospitality is usually salary, and it's like, you're not really getting paid for the hours you put in. And you're putting in all these hours, coming home tired as fuck, grumpy as fuck, not having time for yourself, not having time for your family. And I there's like this reaction against it at the minute about, that people in all jobs should be paid fairly for what they do and not have to work like a dog just because they're in that industry. A non-profit called 4 Day Global organising it. Yeah, here it's, I think 35 hours is considered full-time, I think. I might be wrong on that. It might be 40. But yeah, I think it's 35. I think 8 hours a day, 5 days a week is considered full-time here. My last job, I tried to convince them to let me have a 4 day work week and they said no. Oh yes, that's 100% the case. It's so hard to get employees these days. I think it's the fact that it's not that people don't want to work. It's that people just want that balance. Like for so many years, we just haven't had a balance between, in a lot of jobs, people take their work home with them. People don't have time for their families. Like, they don't have time for their hobbies. It's just like they have this completely unbalanced life where they're living their job, and that works if you really love your job. If you live for your job anyway, that works. But if you don't live for your job and you're just like the majority of people have a job to pay the bills and put food on the table and have a holiday once a year or whatever, then it's not like, why are you wasting your life doing something that you don't really want to do? I'm an advocate of basic universal income. Too many people struggling to survive. I agree. I fully agree with it. But the problem with universal income is that it will encourage companies like gas companies and water companies and things like that to just put the prices up. Oh yeah, they can afford it now. We'll just make it more expensive. And then instead of making it easier for people, it'll just be going in the pockets of the wrong people, if that makes sense. That's the only drawback of basic income. If they could somehow do it so that companies wouldn't do that, because I mean everything's kind of, I don't know. I mean, there are people below the poverty line, but it feels like everything's structured in such a way to keep people within a certain, like, no matter how much money they have, because of inflation and because of prices and because of stuff like that, it keeps people within brackets. And I think even though I agree with the concept of universal like a universal payment, a universal income, it it wouldn't really work, I think. Universal income won't happen here. Communism. No wrong with a bit of communism. Star Trek's communist. Thank you, capitalism. Yeah. They don't want to work their asses off. They want to go home and do extra hours and stuff. And I get it. I am the same. I don't want to work my ass off and then die with only 60, only working my whole life. Yeah. But that is the mindset before COVID. COVID just gave us the last push to finally do it. You don't think it would, Atomic? I mean, it wouldn't like happen overnight, but it would overall because, for one, the money's got to come from somewhere. So you'd be taking it from. I mean, the best place for it to come would be higher tax bracket. Like, Star Trek is a form of communism. I can't remember what it's called. It's called. There's like a particular kind of. It's not like, Russian communism, but it's a type of communism. I just can't remember what it's called. Let me see if I can find it. Communism is a philosophy of no hierarchy but of social bliss. I mean, yeah, like yeah. I'm on federal disability, and there's no way I could afford to live independently. I make $1,300 a month. I get 16 in food stamps. It's crazy how COVID and war changed opinions and mindsets. It's beautiful and scary at the same time. First, it's very complicated because only the Federation is supposedly got rid of the need for wages, but that is only the Federation. And there's a little bit of duality to that. Like, even though the Federation doesn't have wages, it still trades with other. There's still like an economy. It's just not an economy that like, it's not a traditional economy. It does have. There's a bit of like grey area to that. They have an hierarchy. Alright, that's problem 5. So they're obviously getting paid. Yeah, but that's what I mean about it's a little bit of an ambiguous concept because there is obviously trading within. Yeah. But I think the idea of Star Trek is that everybody is given what they need to live and excel within their life. Like, nobody has to buy anything. I mean, because they have like replicators, it's like, you don't need. It's not needed. Citizen income is unavoidable. It's only relatively short time until machines are going to replace human skills in most jobs. So that's going to be the only means of living for a big majority of people. Yeah, I do agree. I think at some point it's going to happen. But it will happen in probably more dystopian way than utopian way. It will be more. Because all the money like funnels up, and it'll get to a. I mean, the top 1% already own like 99% of everything anyway. And it's just them kind of like deciding how the other 99% of people live, kind of. Yeah, it's very nebulous, not very fleshed out. That's true. But we can imagine. We can theorize. We can theorize. But I think like the whole thing, what Lady Sky said as well, is that because like computers and machines that take over the majority of jobs, which is kind of what happens in Star Trek if you think about it. Like people don't really need to do a lot other than maintain the machines and maintain the computers. So no worries. Welcome back. Yes, it does. DS9 has a lot of buying, selling, and trading. I mean, just look at Quark. And gambling. The idea of universal income is that everyone would have the most basic income. It is fully called universal basic income. So you have enough for basic standard of living. It will give enough to maybe a very small house or apartment, some food and utilities. So it has meant that people won't be homeless or starve to death unless they are especially stupid with it, yeah. That'd be good for me. I've never lived alone and always wanted to. I want to live in a van down by the river. Beyond that, you would still have to do something if you want to be more comfortable. It would also assume some sort of universal healthcare, which the US does not currently have. Yeah, I know that. I know that. But what I'm saying is, the like, unless the amount of universal credit is reviewed periodically, because like the way that prices, I mean, I'm not an economist. Like, I don't know exactly how everything works with inflation and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is if people have more money, things will cost more, and things cost. It's kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I know what I mean. I just can't think of the words to explain it. Like, it would have to be region specific because regions differ in price, and you've then got to, like, it would, if it was like just the same payment that you give to everyone, it wouldn't work because it depends on where you'd live as to how beneficial that would be to you. And then there's the fact that like stuff does, if things go up or inflation goes up, then universal credit should go up with it. But you've got to be careful about, because where that money's coming from is as important as the thing itself, because it's a lot of money to give to everyone, which technically should be a good thing because it keeps people from being homeless, keeps the economy rolling in terms of them being able to buy food and all this kind of stuff. But like, if that money ends up going into pockets that aren't taxed, which is where a lot of money goes these days, then it won't be circular, if you know what if that makes sense. Like, it won't be going back, because the idea of a good economy is circular. So you have, like, you know, somebody gets paid and that person should be able to go and buy something, which then pays someone else's wages, which then, you know, they go buy something. But the way it is in the minute is kind of like really skewed. For example, like, Lee as a chef worked as a head chef in an a la carte restaurant, but we couldn't afford to eat in it because his wages weren't high enough to allow him to eat in the restaurant. that he worked at. So it's that kind of... Am I making sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. In the future, nobody's going to buy a house or a car. Everything is going to be rental. Only a small percentage of people were the ones that have the physical property of luxury goods. I don't think I've seen cars in Star Trek. Well, they have transporters. They have, like, ships occasionally, but yeah. The process of giving cars out by rental already started. Yeah, but Star Trek is supposed to be way later than our own current economy technology stage. They don't really need cars anymore. Truth. It's like how minimum wage was set here to be a living wage, but it's stagnated, and even there's a way to pay under it. Companies always abuse stuff. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, minimum wage should be living wage. Minimum wage should be enough that if you have a, not extremely crazy, loads of hours job, but a normal job, you'd be able to live within reason, kind of thing. Yeah, I sometimes get a 5% increase, which results in them reducing my food stamps by 5%. Actually, prices are not driven by how much money people have. It's about how much money people are willing to pay for something. Yes, but if they don't have the money to pay for something, then they can't buy it in the first place. That is in large part driven by supply, how much of an item is available, and demand, how badly people want it. Yes, that is true. But you still have to have the money to buy it. Like clothes, for example, like fast fashion. I mean, this is like going off topic a little bit, but like I freaking hate fast fashion. I hate fast fashion because it's produced so cheaply and people can afford it too easily, and it's just like incredibly bad for the environment. But that's still like... Prices and the amount of money is going to be quite different in the late future when physical money stops to exist entirely. And so inflation. Obviously, a business cannot sell something for less than what it costs them to make it. So as prices of goods and labour go up, prices go up the same. Yes, but it doesn't, like, the price of... I know what I'm thinking. It's just really hard for me to get out. So the cost of labor, for example, like when labor is forcibly kept down, so that when prices go up, more profit goes up the funnel and not around in the circle. Yeah, that's a way of saying it. So the money going to the labor would be money going in a circle. Money that gets siphoned up is like not contributing to the circle. So over time, when you have something like minimum wage and it was meant to be like a living wage, over time it doesn't work because there's less money in the circle. Does that make sense? Okay, then cheeky, I'll say, oh, cut wood, exciting. Yeah, I think a universal income, it wouldn't necessarily be a payout. It wouldn't be like, oh, everybody gets a payout. It will be more like everybody gets a cupboard to live in and food to eat. I feel like it would be less of an income and more of a I guess a little bit like the council flats that we have here, but only like managed better. I know, yeah, it would be great if the answers to solve the world's problems were simple enough for a Twitch chat to solve. Like, it's fun talking about this stuff, though. It's fun to muse on different, you never know, you never know. I try and steer clear of fast fashion. I thrift about 90% of my wardrobe. Some things like accessories or shoes I might order from overseas because I just can't get it here. Yeah. The will of the people! There will always be problems in the world, I'm afraid, because that's humanity's nature. But that physical money will stop to exist is very easy to predict. And that machines will replace humans in most jobs, and also very easy to predict. Most economists explain how the future world will most likely be. Yeah, I agree. I mean, how far in the future that is, it's uncertain. There's only I mean, there are certain things that machines are unlikely to ever be able to do, like be emotionally intelligent, solve problems that aren't code based, um, empathy, jobs that involve empathy. But yeah. Oh no, yeah, just adding. No, no, it's fine. I understood what you meant. I understood what you meant. Macroeconomics gets somewhat complicated because you have a lot of different things that are part of it. So, like, there are luxury items, people want to pay a lot more for things because of status, like buying an expensive car or name clothes, I guess it would be. Profit margin on those items are massive, but you don't sell a lot of them. No, because that's kind of like what card payments are, really. Like, I mean, yeah, like money and credits, that's just a different word for the same thing. We can always dream for better, strive for it. I truly do hope that things will improve in my lifetime. The Not everybody agrees with me when I say this, but I think history shows that humanity does grow. Like since humanity, I don't know, emerged from the cave as it were, I think overall we have grown. It's just, and we have like changed for the better in most regards, I think. I think it's just, matter of time, I guess. I like to be optimistic in that way too. And yeah, a lot of people do not agree. Won't stop me from hoping. Exactly. Neanderthals were cannibals. Yeah. So we've improved a little bit. Keep in mind that 49% of people have below average intelligence. Yeah. I mean, there is the whole theory of the dumbing down of humanity now. Like, there's a theory that we've reached the pinnacle, and now, because of the way things are, like, genetically, we're gonna get stupider. Because, like, intelligent people are less likely to have children and stuff like that. Like, there's some studies that suggest that. Not that I'm saying anybody here is stupid, because I've just realized I've said that, and Atomic has like 50 children. So like, I'm not saying, but there is the kind of the theory of like there will be a dumbing down now because it's, you know. Intelligence is relative. It depends on the way it's being measured. I went to school with nuclear electricians and mechanics. Smartest dumbasses I've ever met. Yeah, like intelligence is very difficult to measure because there's different types of intelligence as well. Like emotional intelligence is something that is as important as, you know, um what's normal intelligence called? Rational intelligence? I don't know. I think you meant that as a joke, right? Because 49% of people have below average intelligence because 50% would be the average. That was a joke, wasn't it? They severely dumb down things here. Like, Republicans are all, Dems are responsible for gas prices, inflation, blah, 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 and the Dems are all, you committed an insurrection, treason, but Americans don't get that. I don't think we're all dumbed down, but when I say 49% of people are average intelligence, what I meant was is that there are a lot of people that do really stupid things. Like people I see on food stamps that will also spend £100 on lottery tickets. No, I get that. I've talked about my mom in unfavorable lights a few times on here. Like she just was stupid. As much as, I loved her, but she was stupid. She used to do that. We had no money, and she used to like hope on lottery tickets, and that's why I'd never buy a lottery ticket now. Like I think I buy like one at Christmas or something like that. Like I do not, because the idea of hoping on something that you are not in control of in some way is like folly to me. But that's like desperation. That's not people. It's people being desperate, is what that is. It's people being desperate. It's people thinking there's no other way for me to get out of the life I'm in other than having this one in a billion chance, you know. So I don't. It's easy to call them stupid. It's just. It's people who are desperate. If people weren't desperate, people wouldn't behave in stupid ways. Yeah, the inflated prices are a consequence, not the cause. My last job, the pay rates for a designer was insulting, so I told my boss to F off, hype himself. Lottery systems are another systematic money sink for those in poverty. They are, yeah. They're advertised and hyped up by the government to make money, not necessarily a choice because people are dumb. I think people are desperate. It's not being dumb, it's being desperate, you know. I mean, every human has biases. Um, it's like 40 different biases, I think, that's recognized psychologically. And desperation desperation makes you do stupid things. Like, it makes you behave in a certain way because you hope that it's different for you. You hope that you're special in some way, because that in itself is a bias. Yeah, true. It's like the fuel crisis here. Like, it's like £2 for a litre in some places here. Like, the cost of fuel is absolutely shocking. But 80% of the cost of fuel is tax. So it's like there's no reason for there to be a free fuel crisis, but there is, because the people who are in charge and the people with money decide there is. Um, some, but not. We have like the North Sea reserves, but I don't think. I think we buy a lot of ours from Netherlands. I think. USA is quite big. It's strange that they don't produce enough food of their own. It is, yeah. Ah, right. It's all GMO, anyways. Yes. I got so many hardcore topics today. You reckon as little as a decade? I mean, it. The thing is, the push is for electric cars, and electric cars don't save fuel. They're worse. They're worse for the environment. because of the batteries that get produced, and also like where does the electric come from that you put in a car? You know, it's not it's like until like they decide that hydrogen cars are worth it, which they are worth it. It's just that people can't make money off it. So, you know, until we get like hydrogen cars as like a normal thing. Make a beret. It's nice to have intelligent civil conversations like this, especially since I mostly chat with the baby all day. What kind of things do you talk to the baby about? Do you talk to the baby like, I'm sorry, I'm saying the baby. What's his name? The baby. The wee bairn. I talk to my guinea pigs. I talk to him like a person. Rowan. Ooh, that's a nice name. Just tell him about your day. Talk to him about... That's really cute though. I talk to my guinea pigs like they're people. And then I also do the whole, oh, you're so cute, look how fluffy you are. I chose it myself. He likes my voice, so it's a good way to keep him calm. Oh. Alright, Atomic, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for joining in the conversation. Thank you for being the devil's advocate for a good chunk of it. I appreciate that. Have a good day. Usually I'm the devil's advocate. I don't know, there's two sides to every story. There's two viewpoints, there's two potentially, you know, viable solutions to problems and things. Well, there's always at least two, anyway. I get frustrated with the way the world is a lot of the time. I tend to be too empathetic and idealistic. Yeah, I do too. I think I do too. I know that, like, to some extent, I choose to be ignorant, which I know doesn't sound good, but I think if you're like a very empathetic person, especially if you're like, why is it, when you have like a certain level of understanding about something, yeah, it might not be like, you're not 100% clued up on it, but you kind of think, why is this like this? It doesn't need to be like this. This makes no sense. And then you end up just getting really depressed and like, melancholic about everything. So I think to some extent it's good to entertain a certain level of ignorance about things. Just enough to keep your sanity, you know. It used to cause me a lot of grief and turmoil. With the US's large production of soy products, we could make plenty of vegetarian products, but the US still can't live without its meat industry, horrific as it seems. Hubs has to remind me, you know that eHarmony cat lady? I'm her. I can't hug every cat and cry about it. I feel you. If I'm too in my feelings and need a break from advocating, he says, remind me I can't hug every cat. Yeah. I got really worried about these ducks at the park. Like there's like two ducks, and me and my husband named them. We named them Shoe and Pastry because they conned me out of my eclair before. Different story. But I really like them. They're like a couple of little ducks. They have proper personalities. And when we walked through the park, they're always in there. And they disappeared for a while, and I was like really worried because like ducks get a bit rapey. I like one of the first dates that I had with Lee, we witnessed the brutal rape and murder of a duck by a gang of male ducks, and it was like I was really worried that something had happened to our duck friends. And then when I was walking through town, I saw them through town. I was like, oh my god, it's the duck friends! And then I went and got them a piece of bread and like gave them some bread because I really appreciated that they weren't dead. Neely's cuddly. She likes when I go nom 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 on her head. Often I think that often the solution is a mixture of different ideals. Like, I mean, I politically, I'm a centrist. Like, I believe that the middle is usually the correct path on most things. And I think that it's same with the economy. Like, I feel like capitalism is a good thing, but only if it's limited by a certain amount of socialism. Like, capitalism gone wild is a bad thing. Yeah. It's like the middle ground is usually the best foot forward. And it's also usually the best foot forward in that, you know, because you have extremes of viewpoints, the middle is that average where nobody's happy, but everybody's kind of like, yeah, okay. Or should be, at least. Like, capitalism that's tempered with socialism is probably the closest to, you know, an ideal system that we could have. She gives kisses on the lips, no tongue. And she cuddles my armpit, and oh my god, she sounds adorable. No wonder she gets away with murder if she's like that. Look how cute I am, I love you, mummy, but I'm gonna destroy this. Not socialism. Yeah, it's when things go radical. That's the thing. It's when things go too extreme. When things go too extreme, it's a bad thing. That's why everything needs to be tempered with each other. So it's like the mix. Like socialism will prevent the super rich from being super fucking rich. That's the thing. Like, capitalism is good that people can make their own money and grow in, but it gets to a point where too few people have too much power, and that's the point where socialism has to step in and be like, no, bring this money back down, kind of thing. Heat advisory today. Another piggy bed. Ah, no worries. I mean, we could change the subject anyway. Like, I feel like we've talked about some like intense topics, pretty crazy intense topics today. I'm on my last bed. Yay. Thank you, Lady Sky. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Table cam. Oh my god, my tea. Wait. It's time for tea break. Is it? That'll be cool. It's crazy. You know how many beds, how many orders I've had on Etsy? I've had over 1,000 orders on Etsy. That means I've made over 1,000 guinea pig beds. Like, over 1,000, because orders are usually more than one. Like, the average order is like 2.5 or something. It's like, that's a lot of guinea pig beds. And that's just on my Etsy shop. That's not on my website, and that's not on Amazon. It's like, I've sat, this machine and me have made 1,000 guinea pig beds. Over 1,000 guinea pig beds. It's an insane number of guinea pig beds. Have a good rest of your day. See you later. See you later, Sky. I'm streaming till like 9 tonight. Are you Wait. I know you're about to go. I'm so sorry that I'm now talking to you. Are you streaming later? You usually stream on Saturdays, don't you? Oh, no, I didn't. Let me have a look. His cute little face. I don't know if Lady Sky's already gone. She might have already gone. I think she streams today usually. Yeah, but not today because I need to do work on the artwork. Oh, okay. And it'd be boring. You say that. I'd still hang out in there. I mean, to me, you should still stream it because I would still hang out in there and watch you. Like, people watch anything. Like, I sit and make guinea pig beds all day and you guys are here. Well, you don't have to, obviously, but if you do decide to, make sure you let me know so I can, like, come and harass you. As long as the conversation is good. Right, yes, what am I doing? Table cam. Oh. It's just like a mountain of piggy beds it is over here. Clip Studio Paint, Critter occasionally, Rebel 3 when I need to paint. Oh, you know what? Spooky might be able to help you with your problem, Lady Sky, because I never used Clip Studio. Lady Sky, I hope you don't mind me. I'll ask for you because it's quicker if I say it than you type it. Um, Lady Sky has an issue with, because I'm sure it's a software issue, because I sometimes I get that in Photoshop, where like oh excuse me, like you have your pen, and on the tablet you have your nib. So when you move your pen, you move your nib, but the size of the circle is like a lot bigger than the nib. So like when Lady Sky is putting it down, it's it's like she's having to guess where it is, which makes it kind of like awkward. Have I explained that right? Because Lady Sky messaged me the other day, and I was like, oh my god, I have no idea about Clip Studio Paint. Let me just double check what you sent me. When I use the big brushes, I can never attach one line to the other because I don't understand where the line will start from the tip of the pen. And I'm... Is that it? It's much bigger than the actual line. The actual line comes out thinner than the size of the circle. Sure, let me take a look. Spooky! To the rescue. So I can't predict where the line will actually start to connect on two lines. Excuse me. I get the same issue in Photoshop sometimes. I mean, I presume that you've checked all the drivers for the tablet. Enabled Windows Ink, I think you have to do as well. And then set the sensitivity of the tablet. And then it's the settings in Clip Studio. If you wanted it to to actually do that thing with the pressure. Brush shape plus cross. Oh. Plus cross or pixel. Yes, I got Rebel. I don't know which one have I got. The thing is, I haven't actually used it yet. I got Rebel 3 with Flame Painter 4 from Humble Bundle, and I haven't actually got around to trying it out yet. Can't afford to upgrade to 5. Completely forgot that I had it. I really love the look of it. Like watching Lola do some artwork on it. It just looks really, really, really cool. But I just haven't got around to having to go at it yet. And I always default to Photoshop because I know how to use it. Even though things like watercolor effects are probably a lot easier to do on Rebel. Well, definitely easier to do on Rebel. I still default to Photoshop a lot. So much fun. It's quite fast to learn. There's not a lot to set up. Not too many options like Photoshop. Photoshop is overwhelming for someone who never did digital art. I upgraded mostly because my digital work often either starts in Rebel or is completely in Rebel. Oh god. Oh, all the things. All the things! But first, there is always guinea pig beds. My life is ruled by guinea pig beds. Affinity Photo. I don't know what that one is. I haven't heard of that one before. Oh, is it? Cool. You don't suck at digital art. It just takes practice. Infinity Design is like Illustrator. I wonder if you can do... Is it free? Is that one of the free ones, or is it different, or is it not free? Oh, $55. Critter is free. I cheat with my line art all the time. Like, the line art for everything I do, I draw on Photoshop. Just, like, literally draw it. And then I take it over to Illustrator and then just use a one-click to vector it. And usually the line weights are really nice, because you've got the line weights from the way you draw it. And it kind of, it makes the... like, sometimes it's like take a little bit of tweaking to get like the lines how you want them, but I just don't really cheat. Oops, it's the wrong one. It's like my line art takes like no time at all. I do most of my work in Rebel from sketch to completion, and then drop it in Photoshop to resize and color correct. PaintShop Pro. It's the closest thing to Photoshop I have, but I can use like 5% of it. I do most of my work in Rebel from sketch to complete. Oh, sorry, I read that bit. I mix between Photoshop and Illustrator. Mostly Photoshop though. I do most things in Photoshop. And then I use Illustrator for my patterns, for doing the pattern drafting. I use a mixture between Illustrator and Clo for that, so. And then I've got InDesign for the book that I'm writing. And I use Paint. I do use Paint. I copy and paste the Paint all the time. I kind of live in Illustrator and Photoshop with my limited knowledge. I feel like those are the only two that I know how to use, and I think that kind of puts me off from trying other things, because I know I can do most things in Illustrator and Photoshop that I need to do. Look at that! The bobbin ran out at just the perfect time. How often does that happen? So it's like I mean, the only reason I want to have a go at Rebel is for the art side of it, but I want to oil paint, like physically oil paint more than do digital, so. But yeah, like my emotes and stuff I do in Photoshop and Illustrator. I've used Photoshop since college. Yeah, me too. Oh. What's happening here? Oh. You can turn off paper texture. Yeah, if you turn off the paper texture in Rebel, that'd make the line art easy to do, I think. From my limited knowledge of Rebel. Basically from watching Lola. Yeah. Yeah, emotes would be better in vector software, like Illustrator. But yeah, I do both. I do both. I really want to like brush up on my photo editing as well, like making like really nice compositions, like composite photography, where you know you take lots of images and mash them together into a really cool fantasy image. Again, that's for like the cosplay kind of side of things. If I ever get there, probably not. I love the texture of ink nibs on the faux paper. Did you watch any of the stream, lady, when I did the emotes? I can't remember if you were there or not. Lola! We're just talking about Rebel. Oh, yes. Finally, the curtains are hung. That was interesting. Ooh, Rebel. Oops, that wasn't meant to be sewn down there. We have a cat on the terrace. She is here since this morning. Do you know who she belongs to? Does she want to come in? Does she want to freeload off you? Yes, it is. It's the same boning that's in Corset. It's like just the cheap boat, not like Regaline. I don't know how you pronounce it. And I've struggled to orientate this camera. Regaline. There we go. I have no idea. I gave her a bowl of water and she didn't take anything. But I haven't given her food. If you give her food, she'll keep coming back. She'll be like, yeah, I live here now. She's the cuddliest cat I've ever met. Oh, she just lounges around for the pets. Rob gave chickpeas to ravens today. Ravens will keep coming back as well. Ravens are smart. They leave him gifts. They do. What kind of gifts? Like shinies. Does he get shinies? Train the ravens. There's a streamer whose entire stream is feeding stray cats bits of food and stuff they leave for him. They can bring you money if you award better gifts with better food. Just saw someone in TikTok doing it. Oh, did you see that post I put in Discord, Lola? It made me laugh. There's a seagull called Steve who's figured out how the automatic doors at Tesco work, and apparently he's stolen over £300 worth of crisps. Because he'll just go in there and grab some crisps and fly off. And I've called him Steve. Love Steve. If she's still there tomorrow, I think I'll give her food. Spooky, you have cats. Do you think that's okay? Then she had been there for 24 hours. I mean, if she's literally not leaving, it won't kill her, but she might be hungry. I think Lola has a cat now. That's what I'm reading. Lola has a cat. Does she have a collar? Yeah, of course. Go for it, Spooky. You don't have to ask. Oh, bless you. I'm gonna follow the stream, so I'm gonna follow it as well. Oh, she could be a stray. That would be sad. Yeah, Lola has a cat now. She's gonna go buy cat food. Lola has a cat. Yeah, that's a good idea, rather than giving her sort of human food. I mean, they do like ham and tuna, but it's probably a safer bet to give cat food. She's here since this morning. Oh, that's several hours. No worries, Spooky. Hmm. Yeah, maybe she is hungry. I mean, if she's been there all day. How often do cats eat? I'm not really sure. How often do cats eat, Spooky? Oh, damn it. They can eat bugs and mice. I'm sure Lola doesn't have mice. That's so mean, Cheeky. No, I know. I'm just wondering how often they eat. Twice a day, but as much dry food as they want. Ugh, fucking thing. Ah, there it is. Puckered. Yeah, but she's cute and cuddly. It's like they're trying to psych that other bird out. Yeah, but if it's a cuddly cat and it's all nice and sweet and it's like, oh Lola, look at me, I'm so cute and sweet. and that kind of thing. You have a savior complex. Who? You. Maybe. I just like helping. I just like helping. I don't like seeing. I don't like things potentially being harmed or suffering. You don't like them more than you like cows, right, Cheeky? Cheeky likes cows. You like cows, Cheeky, don't you? That's how I lost 3 cats. Someone feeded them and they never came back. Weren't yours like farm cats though? So they weren't like like more feral cats. It depends on how nice her home is. She'll go home if her home's nicer than Yeah. She's smushy and cute. I mean, are cats property or are they sentient beings that decide where they want to live and who they want to live with? Don't steal cats, Lola. I mean, don't listen to anything Con says in a baby's voice. I mean, it's good to check, like Facebook groups and, you know, if anybody's looking for her. But if nobody's looking for, like, do you want me to tell you the cat story again? Do you want me to tell you the cat story? Do you know why? Do you know, like, the cat story when I was younger, and then there was this kitten, like, on my doorstep, and like, dad wouldn't let me let her in the house. It was cold, and it was snowing outside, and my dad was like, no, you're not letting her in, not letting that thing in the house, and all this kind of stuff. I didn't feed it, didn't do anything like that because dad wouldn't let me. And then the next day, it was dead outside. It was dead. And I hated my dad for that. And it's like, that gave me a serious, that's what's given me the savior complex, Slim. That experience gave me the savior complex. It had froze to death in the snow. Now I know it's not snowing right now, but I'm just saying, like, because of that, like, Hobby wanted to give her ham, I forbid it. Let Hobby give her ham. Hobby wanted to let her in. Listen to Hobby, Lola. She'd also be FIV or something? What does that mean? I just gave her water and cuddles. Yeah, I'm a bit allergic. Oh, okay. No, it's not stealing. I mean, you find you. I'm not saying like feed, like instantly go feed it, but I am saying like you check to make check if it's got a collar, hasn't got a collar. Check on Facebook groups and at a shelter. But if nobody's looking for it and it's out there all day, then it reminds me of that kitten. That's all I'm saying. Like, cats will go about their daily business and do whatever the fuck they want because they're cats. But if they're out there all day waiting, like that cat was frozen on my doorstep. It hadn't moved the whole day. Like the whole evening. I'm just saying, I'm not saying steal a cat. Just. Okay. She might belong to one of your neighbours if one of your neighbours have decided to get a cat. Yeah, Lola. No, yes, I understand that. I'm the same. Like my duck friends. I was so happy when I saw my duck friends. Yes, yeah, I do. I did. They are all my own creation from start to scratch. From start to finish. Oh my god, cheeky. You know what I was thinking? I mentioned this earlier, but I don't think you were in the chat earlier. I was thinking about doing having a go at doing a plushie pattern. If you would live here, you would have 4 cats, 20 birds, 2 weasels, and 1 deer in 10 months. Probably. Most definitely. And a cow. I'd just hang out at the local slaughterhouse and just kind of rescue pigs and cows. All those appear in my garden. Don't you ever get tempted to just feed some or, you know, do you? I haven't had a cow visit just yet. I mean, I already have my duck friends. They come over to me when I go to the park because I give them things. And they eat it out of my hand. Because they're my friends. They don't follow me home though, they live at the park usually. The cows. Are we talking about wild cows now? I mean, I'm not saying I'm definitely making it. I just thought of it because I thought of a way of doing it. Cheeky and Cotton living in a big house together. Every time Cheeky throws a stray cat out of the door, Cotton takes the cat in again. I was thinking of doing a guinea pig one. I thought of a way to do the pattern, which might work out quite well. Is to like make a guinea pig out of like tinfoil, basically. Make a guinea pig shape out of tinfoil. And then use like the masking tape method to get the pattern. And then obviously clean it up and do the usual in on the computer. Like, I think that would work. I'm trying to think of stuff to do for my stream anniversary. I'm just gonna do it off my account age because I don't actually know the date. But yeah, like, according to that, it's nearly my stream anniversary, kind of ish, roundabout. It's either that or do a hot tub stream because I was talking about that the other day. Holy crap! I say a hot tub stream, it'd be like paddling pool stream. Because I got one for sale in Morrison's. But I think maybe making a plushy guinea pig, a guinea pig pattern would be, yeah, with the beans. I wouldn't do beans. That was Glub's suggestion. I tried to find it the other day, and I don't know if I'm just being a dumbass, but I can't find it. Your affiliate anniversary. Because that's what I'd rather do it from the affiliate anniversary. Is it under achievements? Path to affiliate. I cannot see a date. Yeah, I've clicked on achievements. Mouse over completed. 13th of August. Okay, it's a little while away then. I didn't know you could do that. Look, you with all of the knowledge. So it's 13th of August. I guess I'll do it then. It gives me more time to think about what to do. Thank you, Spooky. Alright, would you guys lose all respect for me if I did a paddling pool stream? I just really want to do one at some point, just to see if anything is different than my normal streams. Just out of curiosity. Depends if Lee is also in the pool. I don't think Lee will be in the pool. I don't think there's enough room in those. Lee will be bringing me kettles of warm water though, because fuck being cold. I won't mod. You can take care of those people. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm just curious. I'm just curious to see if anything's different. You know, like how many viewers I get, how many trolls I get. Like, I'm just really, really curious. It might just be a complete, like, letdown and just sort of, like, you know, nothing happens. Like, nobody sees me amongst the mass of other people doing it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's also the thing of like, will I get any donations? Will I actually profit from it, or will it just be a case of I will just get lots of trolls? Or I mean, it's not something that I'd want to. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Blonde, big tits. Something cool happen. I mean, yeah, maybe. I'll probably chicken out though. I'll be honest. I was thinking about doing body painting the one time. Do you remember? And I didn't chicken out. I couldn't afford to buy body paints, but I mean, a kiddie pool is like 20 quid, so I can afford a kiddie pool. I think having my titties removed negatively impacted my stream. I mean, it's the male gaze, I guess, isn't it? It's the male gaze. Boys like boobs. Well, heterosexual boys like boobs. Oh. Oh, she does look like a little. Oh, she only looks small. Oh, she's a cuddle puss. Lola, you need to keep her. You should keep her. If nobody comes forward, no, if nobody is looking for anyone at the shelter or anything, you should keep her. Oh, I like the idea of boobs. You don't like reality boobs? What? What's a reality boob? New me, who dis? As long as the holder keeps them tucked away. She is pretty. You should, if she doesn't have an owner, you should keep her. You should feed her and love her and buy her a cat bed. The name Slimmy would suit her. It's easy to burst at the seams, bust an underwear out on the side into somebody's eye. What size were you, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, you don't have to tell me. Oh, you're American sizes as well, aren't you? So I don't even know if I'd know what they were if you told me. I'd have to look at the conversion chart. I mean, big boobs is a bit of an issue, to be fair. Like, a lot of people have issues with big boobs at the minute, and they reckon it's because there's that much estrogen in the water supply. Because, like women, a lot of women take the contraceptive pill, and it doesn't get filtered out. So there's, like, extra estrogen in the water supply. So they reckon that that's partly might be due to why like, women are developing early, and why men are Oh, I hate using the term less manly. That's just such a fucking horrible term. But like, what men aren't as built as they were before, if that makes sense. Like, 'cause testosterone makes men bigger, makes men bald, and stuff like that. But like, there's like not as many men are balding as early as I did before. That kind of thing. It's like women's boobs have been getting bigger progressively, and it coincides with the contraceptive pill. Kind of interesting. Yeah, soy products produce estrogen. Yeah, exactly. Slows away soy. Slimmy. Got accused of studying member in 8th grade. I didn't. I just had big boobs. A G. Wow. That's hard on your back, man. Jesus. Are you happier? Much. That's good. That's good. It is, yeah, that's what it's all about. That's when sewing comes in. Do you do any sewing, Spooky? I have a sewing machine, yes, but won't be able to sew again till after we move. I don't have the room to set up. Ah, right, I see. Want to make hats and underwear. I want to see you do that. When are you going to stream it, Lola? I'm totally going to peer pressure you into streaming it because I want to see. I want to see. It's got a really cute partner, let's see. I don't know yet. Are you scared? Are you a little bit scared? I bought a pink leopard bra at Torrid right before the surgery. I recently bought some new bras because I had the. Oh my god! Right, the bra I'm wearing now. Like, I spent a little bit too much on it. I'll be honest. Like, it was like, oh, it's a little bit more than I want to pay for a bra, but it's pretty, so I got it. And it has just the simplest feature that's like, why don't all bras have that? Right? Because the reason why I had to look at my old bras is because of the wires popping up, as they do. And this one, it's got like an extra fold of fabric that goes over the top where the wire is. And it's like, when I noticed it, I was like, oh my god, that fixes that problem. Just that little extra bit of fabric. It's like, this is why this is an expensive bra. That tiny little bit of fabric. Ooh. Oh, that's cute. That could easily be like a troll or an elf or even like a Yoda. uh what happened? Thread broke. Nothing fits at the moment. Yeah. Like, if I don't buy stretch tops, they don't fit me. Just because the like standard sizing is just not doesn't allow for shapes that aren't standard, I guess. So if I don't buy like with dresses and stuff, it's the same. Like most dresses aren't like really like nice posh dresses, which I don't own any. But if I did want to own them, it's like most of them are made out of like non-stretch. God forbid it be a button down. I got rib pain when I lost weight. That's when I switched to bras. So the wire wasn't hurting the ribs. Oh yes, yeah. Sports bras. I get you. Hysteria, hi! I wanted to throw the pink one away, but it was $35. When are we not talking about boobs? We started off with some quite political conversations earlier on. And now we've just moved on to boobs. It's like we just can't help ourselves. We just love boobs in this stream. We love talking about boobs. My awesome cucumber. How is your cucumber going? Is it still getting big? Perfect subject to have a short break sewing. Lola's making a bra. I think you already know because Lola mentioned it on the stream already. But I'm trying to persuade her to stream the process because I want to see it. It's 10 centimeters, and it gets thick. It's grown a centimeter since the last time since the other day. You said it was 9 centimeters before. Now it's 10. It's grown a centimeter. That is a quick growing cucumber as well. I'd be down for watching that. My zucchini is 12, but really thin. Lola's not helping. Sorry, I skipped stitches over that bit. It probably means I need to change my needle, but whatever. I don't change my needle until it snaps. Where's my ruler gone? I had it a minute ago. There it is. Context people. I didn't fondle my is it physalis? Is that how you pronounce it? I didn't fondle my physalis today. But kept my salad moist again. You for sure have an eggplant too, though. This cucumber is my real pride and joy. Wow. Wow, that snake is pretty. Eggplant, no. Blue snake. By the way, my mom has cabbage this year. I gotta go. Thank you for the stream. Everyone have a great rest of your day. Okay then, Spooky. Thanks for hanging out and thanks for the conversation. And I'll see you soon. Hey, Aku. Oh.